Yeah, I do. It was, you know, I remember it so well because um, there's a lot of stuff was going on during that time. 10 years ago, it was my first, second week of school. So it was, and the first week in college, first year in college, second week of school. Also at that time too, um, Michael Jackson was doing his 30th anniversary concerts in New York, and um, that also happened to be the day before September 11th. And I remember looking at Fox News about 8:30ish. Actually, I turned on about 8, and I remember watching it on TV, and the man said on the TV screen, he said, and at the 30-minute mark, we'll talk about the Michael Jackson concert. And I was really excited about looking at the Michael Jackson concert because I wanted to know what this was going to be. I just want to see some clips of it, see Michael perform it. Something that we hadn't seen in so long. And so during that moment in time, 8:30 came around. I flicked to 8:30, and I remember when I turned around at 8:30, around 8:30ish, the guy said, "When we come back, we're going to show you clips from the Michael Jackson tribute concert, or something like that." And so I remember watching it. And I'm like, "Yeah, Michael Jackson." I flick away again. When I flick back, I see the plane in the building. Just hanging in the building. And you hear people, and I thought there was a trailer for a movie. So, I sat there for a while and watched, and I'm like, oh man, I wish they would stop showing this trailer and show us the movie. Show us the clips from Michael Jackson concert. And so, going through that whole process, I'm just like, I want to see the clips. So I flicked away again. I flicked back. I'm watching, still watching. They still showing the trailer. So I'm getting a little. Is it even a trailer? At that moment in time, the second plane just came in, where it hit it, and I realized at that moment in time that this is something really going on. But I was 17 and kind of self-absorbed. Not to the extent of my other peers, but I was still kind of self-absorbed. I'm like, ooh. I didn't understand the seriousness. I'm like, oh, okay. No Mike Jackson clip. Shoot. Doggone plane. Messing up the Michael Jackson tribute. So I get on the L, peed off, because no Michael Jackson tribute. And as we're going there, to school, you see a bunch of people getting off. There's a bunch of people getting off. Bunch of people getting off. Bunch of people getting off the other L going this way. I'm going this way. They're going that way. And so where I'm going this way, I get off at school, and there's a sign on my class door that says the history class been moved to the lunchroom. And so we're on the lunchroom watching on the TV that's hanging up on the wrap door. It's hanging up like this, and we're watching that, they're talking about about another plane just hit here, and they said that at the time they were talking about, and I heard something about Chicago, downtown Chicago. I figured they was talking about, a plane could be heading towards downtown Chicago, and that's where my mother worked. So now I'm panicking, I'm really trying to figure out, like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen if my mother is in this accident? And you saw people, you were seeing people on TV jumping out of a skyscraper. They had a better chance of surviving by jumping out of a skyscraper. That's like a crazy mindset to be in that. What's my chances of living? Going through the door, or jumping out of a skyscraper? And they jumping out of the skyscraper, hoping that a broken leg, broken vertebrae, whatever. They just want to live, and it was horrible, at that time. And they let us out of school early, and I'm hopping on the L, and the elevator is so packed because everybody is leaving downtown. Downtown was being evacuated. And when I get back home, my mother was there, and we just held each other. We watched the TV, and you saw then the building start falling down, and your whole heart just started to wrench because it was so traumatic and it was just so horrible. But one of the better things that came out of that was the fact that everyone was so united. There were nice flags up, and people really came together for that moment. They really worked together, and they really just bonded, and really felt like a country again. And so, yeah, them are my thoughts